Hey guys, this video is going to be all about just the balance changes in 17.0 and nothing else. I had to stitch in this intro afterwards because I was filming it all for one video, but it ended up being far too long, so hey, if you haven't seen the video before this, it is purely the additions to the game, the bug fixes. You don't have to watch that if you only care about patch notes, but I would appreciate it, so go so chuck that open, mute it, another tab. No, whatever you're interested, just enjoy and enjoy the balance changes here. Thanks for watching. Finally, onto the balance changes, and there's a lot of nice ones. Boomerang monkey, let's just chuck him here. Glaive Lord, and we'll get that faster throwing. Yeah! So Glaive Lord has gained a single target bonus. It will now stack up a damage over time, basically, with glaives kind of swirling around, destroying the target. They stack infinitely. It deals 150 damage over 15 seconds. So it all depends how much you can stack it, how much damage you really do. This will only apply to the first target hit though, and then the glaive will bounce as normal. The general, I skipped over this, but the general glaive ricochet itself has been improved. I'll put it in a better spot. Let's just do 63. Not the best map for it, but it should do something, right? Actually, let's get more glaives. Yeah. So this does a bit better again. It was affected a bit more heavily than intended by other performance changes, so it has been buffed. Glaive Lord, oh, more glaives, regular glaives. The ricochet should now ricochet a bit better. MOAB domination got a small change. And it can't see camo still. Give me them DDTs. It now stuns when it hits. So it actually can hit DDTs because it was having issues there. Probably better to show a big glob of them. Let's just do this. This is only a small change just to get the functionality working again, but as you can see, it now actually stuns DDTs. It was never intended to miss them. It didn't actually miss them, it just kind of only hit them once, and the whole power of the stun on this tower was the fact that it hit multiple times rapidly. So, there you go. And this is a terrible spot, but hey. We'll probably come back to that later, but functionally that's better now. On the Inferno ring, so the meteor that comes out now applies a damage over time with a small radius, but this just kind of improves it slightly. It does 50 damage additionally per second for 4 seconds, and the actual missile, it doesn't really do too much more, but it's just something small extra to try and, I guess, push it slightly, because it's kind of good but kind of expensive, so it's more kind of the lacking in single target killing something which is incredibly good multi-target, but you don't need something that good multi-target, so yeah. Ice Monkey, Permafrost will now slow, it'll apply to all MOABs at half value, so probably show it quite easily here. Oh, I sent groups of 20. That's fine. But as you can see, they move slower. So Permafrost never applied to MOABs before, but now it will apply to MOABs. Did I? I did the same thing again. Yeah. That's better. Alright, so, wait, is it better? I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Right, so... yeah, so as you can see, the second MOAB there caught up for a little bit until it got hit again. So these will now permanently move slower. This only happens if you have permafrost crossed path with another tier 5 ice monkey. On the... okay. Ice shards itself, this gains 5 radius, just to help it hit things a bit better. Embrittlement, this now gains camo detection. And in addition, it removes camo, and it also removes regrow. So it can now see camo itself, and anything frozen by this tower will have camo and regrow removed from it. Okay, absolute 0. Ability now freezes an additional 2 layers. This happens to the main attack as well as the ability. But the main thing that's interesting here is that the ability now... oh, well, first of all, it permafrosts everything. But if I was to put that over here, when this is activated, all ice monkeys on the screen gain a 50% attack speed increase. So if I have Icicle Impale here, that's going to make short work of them, but basically, there you go, bang. Now he shoots 50% faster. And if I reset this, here we go. As we know, Icicle Impale can't deal with regular balloons that well, but this does apply to all ice monkeys. All ice monkeys in the entire screen, so whatever you want here, you can make your embrittlement better. You can make it, yeah, apply super brittle to more targets. You can make it decamo more targets. But yeah. Glue Strike. Get rid of this village. Glue Strike now gains the tier 5 effect that glued balloons take extra damage. Only from the ability though. So, for example, I can just send a bunch of green balloons. And now my Dart Monkey does 2 damage to them. This only applies glued from the ability though. Sniper Monkey has had a rework, and I'll put him over here to the shrapnel shot. And if I send this, will ceramics catch up? They will. So, shrapnel now shoots in a cone instead of a circle, and it also is created upon every hit instead of only when the red balloon is popped. So this should open up a lot more that you can really do with a shrapnel shot. In addition to this, well, first off, let's do the bouncing bullet. That's exciting. Alright, in addition to this, it does cross path with the top, and your damage increase from the top cross path will increase the damage of your shrapnel. So, if I send a little... that guy there, send a couple of ceramics behind. Oh man. Okay, well anyway, so I hit one ceramic and it kind of shotgunned them. Can I do this a bit better? No, I can't. Let's just do this a bit smarter. Okay. Alright, here we go. Do it correctly this time. There we go. And as you'll notice, the shrapnel now also applies ceramic shock, the monkey knowledge, so the shrapnel will stun balloons. If I can actually line it up correctly. I can't line it up correctly. There, it just popped them. Okay, but the shrapnel will stun ceramics if it hits them. Buccaneer. Double shot. Now doubles grapes. Easy. And it's quite fun, actually. Even double hotshots. And that applies to both sides of the Buccaneer. Monkey Pirates, tier 4. This now makes the cannon ship fire from each of the 3 cannons. On each side again. Only at the tier 4. Monkey Ace. The fighter plane had a bit of a reworking to make it a bit less single target focused. The fighter plane missile that comes out, it fires 1 second slower, reduced from 3 to 4 seconds. The pierce was increased from 1 to 3. The damage was reduced from 25 to 18. Overall, it is a DPS increase because it now hits 3 targets at once, but the single target damage was lowered a bit. At the tier 4, however, the rate is increased again. It now has a 2-second cooldown, and the damage is increased back up to 25. And it keeps the pierce bonus, it adds an additional 1 pierce as well, so each of the missiles will now pierce 4 times. At the tier 5, the attack speed is not quite as fast, it's reduced from 1.5 to 2 seconds. The attack speed is not quite as fast anymore, it was reduced from 1.5 to 2 seconds. However, the pierce was again upped from 1 this time to 5, so each missile will have 5 pierce. This means it can actually do quite a fair bit, to be honest. Heli Pilot's base price was increased from 1,500 to 1,600. I have the monkey knowledge decreased there, so you don't see that value there. Mortar Monkey. Heavy Shells. I need Striker Jones to really show this off to the best effect, but Heavy Shells has had description updated to include previous changes, and also it does an additional 2 damage to all stunned balloons. So probably it's easy to see at the tier 5, but there's a lot of visual pollution going on from the ability also doing damage. I feel like the best way to show it off is Striker Jones, but I don't really want to. Anyway. Let us send a fortified MOAB here. I swear I clicked on it. Okay, I didn't. There we go. 6. And now it's doing 5. So because it also gains +1 to MOAB. So it goes from 2 +1 to MOABs to 3, then +2 to stun targets to 5. And the tier 5, this bonus is increased to 10. So it deals +10 damage to any stunned targets. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Very effective with Striker Jones. I don't really want to restart to show that exactly, but worth a try, worth doing. And this also applies to its own ability. So once I start stunning these, my damage will go up a lot faster. Super Monkey. Dark Knight gains an ability, the first tower in the game to have a tier 3 ability. This will allow it to redeploy itself basically to anywhere in its own radius. As long as it's within its own radius. And this should, like Alchemist, whatever, village that increase its radius. Should be able to go all the way out here, boom. But then once that wears off, yeah, it goes down. But yeah, very fun. Dark Champion, you can now go anywhere on the map. Not restricted to its own radius. I imagine this will be useful on maps like Geared and Muddy Puddles, potentially. We'll have to see what happens there. Unstable Concoction. The damage buff that this gives, it's now capped to around 150. So that explosion that goes off there. So, no longer scales to infinite damage increases along with balloon health. I can't show this one off in Sandbox, but Central Market, the 10% income bonus to merchantmen now stacks 10 times. So, if you have 10 of these farms, your merchantmen, where's my buccaneer? These guys will get double cash income. And this includes the tier 4 as well, obviously, and the tier 5. I will have to actually place some towers here. So Monkey Village had a update here. It now highlights towers that are going to be within its radius once it's placed. So I can try and sneak that ninja in once I get all 3 of them, drop it down. These guys are all buffed. Now select them, they all have the buff. If I was to sneak it in from here, don't quite get that heli, but I can see these 2. Give it jungle drums, these 2 now have the jungle drums buff. Oh, wait a second. I did reach it somehow. Oh, because yeah, silly me, I bought the range increase. But this is something that was kind of wanted for a while, but yeah, it is now functional. Village primary mentoring tier 4. This now gives bonus range to primary towers. Look at that range. Look at that. Whoa, that's actually a lot of range on an ice monkey. It gives +5 range to all primary towers. It also reduces cooldowns of primary towers by 10%. And the bottom half, this now increases income generation of all towers in its radius by 10%. And this also applies to things like Sniper. If I was to get Supply Drop, this will get 10% increase. Oh wow, I got not that much from it that time. Wow, I got not much that time either. But I got 900 that time, whatever, that's something. And I think it's now capped for the round, hey? Oh no. Doesn't happen in Sandbox. Anyway. Open Greenfoot, he had a change to his level 10 wall of trees. It now just has an increased hitbox size, which allows it to overlap at intersections, as previously, for example, if it landed here, it would still only hit one of those 2 tracks, which was very frustrating. So that is everything we have for 17. Hope that everyone has a good time checking out all this stuff, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment here, comment on the Reddit, or message me in the Ninja Kiwi Discord. You probably won't be able to private message me since I have that locked off at the moment, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. I'll see you around.